While some officials are being sued, others organize luxurious parties. International pop stars Jennifer Lopez and Britney Spears took part in the celebration of the 30th birthday of President Nazarbayev's daughter, Aliya. Find out the real cost of the party from the next report.
Almaty's luxury Rixos hotel is a closed VIP zone for 3 days. Aliya Nazarbayeva, the youngest daughter of the president, is celebrating her anniversary here. Aliya's father, Nursultan Nazarbayev, is also here from Astana with a working visit.
He came to congratulate his youngest daughter with her 30th birthday.
International pop stars Jennifer Lopez and Britney Spears are among the guests, report Kazakhstan news agency. Invited pop divas are among the 20 richest women in the show business, according to Forbes magazine. Some rumors said that the last year Spears was paid $1 million for a performance at Moscow's Red Square. Promoter Denis Suchov confirms the numbers. Those are indeed the celebrities' rates.
That's what the star gets. Most of the time, though, trips, accommodations and whatever is on the radar are paid separately.
Pensioners' right defender Irina Savostina calculated stars' fees into pensions. One room in Rixos hotel costs at least $400 a night. This is enough money for pensioners to last for 2 months. A 3-day rent of the entire hotel equals to 3 years of average pensions. Finally, the single fee of Britney and J-Lo can pay for 11 years of a Kazakh pension. This is ridiculous. Besides, I read in newspapers how they purchase houses in Switzerland, overpaying huge amounts of money. Living in style, I suppose. I always ask myself, do these kids realize where they were born? Aliya Nazarbayeva was born in Almaty, graduated from Kulyash Baysiyetova National Music School and then studied in London, Washington and Moscow. She is the board chair of the Elite Stroy Construction Company and the owner of the major fitness center Luxor.
On Thursday, the former president of Valut Transit Bank, Andrei Belyaev, received a gift, though not a birthday one this time, from his former depositors. The next story has more.
The former owner of Valut Transit Bank, Andrei Belyaev, received a parcel from his defrauded investors. On February 4th, 3 pensioners visited the isolation ward where the banker serves his sentence. They brought him a letter, photos from old magazines and a book written by the Belyaev, who is also an avid writer.
The book was written by Belyaev, who taught us to be rich and happy. At the moment, though, we're the most poor and unhappy.
Anyone can visit the ward, but the depositors of the bankrupted 4 years ago Valut Transit Bank were not allowed to pass even the security gate. The deputy head of the ward met the visitors and promised to personally deliver the parcel to the banker.
The crew of Ilyushin 76 arrested in Bangkok with a cargo of illegal arms on board can also receive a pleasant present from the government of Thailand soon. The cabinet of the country stood up for the pilots as the foreign minister Kasit Piromoya asked the prosecutor to release the crew arrested last December.
The decision on the arrested pilots, including 4 citizens of Kazakhstan and 1 of Belarus, will be made on February 11th by the general prosecutor, said Thai Prime Minister Abhisit Vejjajiva. Previously, Thai newspapers quoted the kingdom's foreign minister, who appealed to the prosecutor's office asking to release the crew because the case is, quote, very complicated and serious. The minister, however, cannot give orders to the supervisory authority of the country, so the final decision will be made by the prosecutor general. The plane was arrested at Bangkok's airport on December 12th of the last year, with about 40 tons of arms and ammunition on board.
Residents of Pavlodar are living next to a ticking bomb for already 10 years, as local gas distribution facilities has long served their term, but officials have been slow to dismantle them. The next report has more.
Pensioner Vera Titova lives next to a sleeping volcano just like thousands of other residents of Pavlodar. Gas holders in her yard do not work for more than 10 years and the pensioner uses gas cylinders. The woman is concerned about the unsupervised access to gas facilities down the street, which hold enough of dangerous vapors to destroy half of a city block. The slide valve was stolen, thus creating a gas leak. We do not know what to do. I called my friends and they told me to use a rack to close the pipe. After all, we had no gas access for many years. There is no gas access in Pavlodar for already 10 years. All city gas holders have served their terms. Emergency services recognize them dangerous and ban their use. Rescuers say that the units must be dismantled.
Heavy residues on the bottom of vessels remained. A slightest incident during dismantling works, for example, as sparks of a fire, might cause an explosion.
This year, more than $300,000 were allocated just for facilities discontamination. So far, state officials promised only to restrict access to gas holders.
We plan to degas the system, remove all traces of sulfur from the pipeline and tanks, as well as to mothball facilities, effectively removing any access to them.
$1,300,000 are needed for the complete dismantling works. Vera Titova argues that it would be easier to sell gas holders as a scrap metal.
Kazakh MPs demand to ban the sale of energy drinks in the country. These cocktails, they say, are simply poison in cans. According to the parliamentarians, these beverages consist of heavy toxic substances which lead to addiction. Not everyone, though, shares this view.
Kazakh MPs claim that the country's youth is being turned into stimulant addicts. In the group address to the Prime Minister, the MPs demand to ban the sale of energy drinks. Deputy Vladimir Nekharoshev explains his colleagues that these beverages are full of poison. According to him, energy drinks are stuffed with chemical trashes, caffeine, ephedrine, nicotinic acid, and even narcotics.
2 of these colorful cans are enough to pass away. Some American drug addicts call it swings. In Western countries, you will not be able to find prototypes of these energy drinks. Kids who consume it have livers of 35-year-old alcoholics.
The deputy claims that consumption of energy drinks leads to the destruction of internal organs and nervous system. Talgat loves energy cocktails. He said that he became addicted because of his work schedule. Talgat is a security guard and consumes 2 or 3 cans per shift. He claims that it is not harmful at all.
We're forbidden to sleep at work. It helps during the nights, so I drink it to stay awake.
Meanwhile, the author of the inquiry is continuing his crusade. He proceeds with a lecture about the drink's history. According to Nekharoshev, they were created by Americans to stimulate the morale of soldiers during the Vietnam War. But later he adds Pentagon banned them because of the destructive effects on the human body. Kazakh doctors are not so categorical in their assessment, though. The main thing is to know the limit.
2 cans a day is the maximum permissible dose.
In any case, Deputy Nekharoshev was able to find the support of his colleagues. The majority of the MPs have signed the inquiry. Interestingly, just 2 weeks ago, they also banned the use of smoking blends. It seemed that tobacco and vodka are next on the agenda, assume Kazakh citizens.
Some statistics at the end of the bulletin. According to the recently published results of the last year's census, there are now 16,196,800 people living in Kazakhstan. The population of the country has increased by more than 1 million in the last decade. Amid many changes, only one ratio stayed the same. There are still more women, 8.3 million, than men, 7.7 million in the country. These were the latest news from Kazakhstan for February the 4th. Thank you for being with us and goodbye.